was lost there.
This is part 2 of chapter 53 in Beyond Exile, New Babalon Working. And as you can tell, the screen is a lot different now. Our last action to invoke the New Babalon Working, Frank took his book of numbers and combined it with Ilich's manifesto to create this screen, and everything's gone black, and the sun, or the light in the sky at night, is visible in this scene. This is a complete different visual experience than we've had before. But the other information is that we are Frank observing this, and we see Ilich, who was telling us this was going to happen. We're still in GHARYAN, the northern part of the city in Libya. And to the north is the campground where the flight crew and the camels are. But as this part of the story begins, we can look at Frank. We can look at Ilich. When we do, nothing happens. So we can go north of the campground, or we can keep going southwest. So let's go there. And when we go southwest, that takes us into scene number 260, which is a trail along GHARYAN Jebel, the mountain range. Frank turns away, scanning the western sky. He sees a falling star streaking towards a blue-white brilliance, 15 degrees above the horizon. So, is that? Well, let's look at the, he sees the falling star. Let's look at the falling star. It turns bright orange, growing larger than a star, larger than Venus, larger than the moon. It's the sun, out of time and out of place, slinging long yellow arcs of fury, pulsating, approaching. Frank's hypnotized by its ancient and familiar power. It's 30 million miles away and closing fast. So after observing that, he can continue moving to the southeast now, which puts us into scene 261, a view of the Mizda peaks in northern Libya. When Ilich comes a roar, the sun morphs into 4. It's the face of a child, the morning of the world. Then 2, it's the face of a maid, the noontime of the world. Then 3, it's the face of a crone, the evening of the world. And then you see, look at the sun, or what seems to be the sun. And now he knows the answer to Sphinx's riddle. Truth is a woman, as Nietzsche thought. Truth is a woman. No matter what we imagine or conclude, truth is a woman, enticing, defying, deluding. And the answer to Sphinx's riddle. We can continue going northeast now, which takes us into scene 262. And that is the Lady of GHARYAN's monument in Libya. And here is a scene of a wall with a reclining nude woman here in this hieroglyphic. Frank blinks. It's one sun again. This flaming midnight again. This blackness behind the light again. The light takes human form. Marjorie? Again, she's dressed in royal Spanish crimson. She's holding her belly with both hands. Walking his way, she's an alternating current of good and evil, radiating winsomeness and wantonness, erotic fantasy and filth. She takes a step, smiling sweetly, In 7 seconds, her womb expands full term. She blows him a Maryland kiss. Yes, the moon child. And then he looks, doesn't see Marjorie. Now he hallucinates Desi. It's Desi. Her water breaks, and she goes into the final spasms of labor. Her howls are a million demon dogs demanding attention, a million Egyptian curses demanding satisfaction. Then she's gone. Everything's gone. So maybe Frank has been hallucinating all this. There's nothing more to go, so we can go northwest. And that takes us right back to GHARYAN, scene number 250. The light has come back up on our background here, the desolate region of GHARYAN. And it would seem, we go, let's go back southeast again, see what we see. Nope. How about that? Kind of takes us into a circle, doesn't it? From GHARYAN to the trail along the mountain range, the view from the peaks of the Mizda Mountains in Libya, the Lady GHARYAN Monument, right back to where Ilich and Frank were, just south of the campground. We see here, it's we see the two gentlemen together, and we're now the observer again. So Frank has wandered off to the desert looking at the fallen star. Ilich was conjuring the new Babalon Working. And now the two are reunited in this scene. We can look at Frank. Nothing there. We can look at Ilich. Excuse me. What did you see? Asks Ilich, breathing sharp and shallow. Well, does Frank respond? Nothing, says Frank. I saw nothing. I blinded myself. I blinded myself looking at the sun. Ilich again. It's the oracle's promise, Frank. Once you know the truth of yourself, you can never be hung. Every present is opaque, every future transparent, every act is intelligent. History becomes a quantum circle. It could have happened, so it happened. Now we both fight blind. Now we both become literature. Look at Frank. Here I am, says Frank, groping in his backpack for the kit. I feel like I've been drifting in a starry cave. I feel like I've been crawling over 7 continents of skin. I feel like I've been thinking in somebody else's brain. And Frank produces the gun. And now we are Ilich looking at Frank, who has just pulled out the gun. Ilich looks at Ilich looks at Frank. Let's look at Frank first. Nothing. Ilich looks at the Beretta. It is loaded with destroyer bullets. Oh, Ilich just grabs the Beretta. Here I am, says Ilich. I'm ready, pressing his temple against the muzzle of the gun. So, this is a twist now. Ilich has pressed his temple against the muzzle of the gun. He wants Frank to kill him. Look at Frank. Ulrich's waiting back at the hotel. She'll escort you back to the States. Santa Cruz is Colonus. She'll take good care of you. San Francisco is anxious for your return. Now's the time, Frank. Do it. This is my noble death. The camel drivers have been told. Do it, Frank. Do what you're supposed to do. Pull the bloody trigger. Pull the bloody trigger. Wow. And now we are Frank. He has the gun. And Ilich has grabbed the muzzle of the gun, placed it against his temple. He wants Frank to blow his brains out. Wow. Which is what Desi wants. connection here, is there?